Hello, this is Eric of Sparky Studio and welcome to my review of the SmallRig F60 Follow Focus. Now this one isn't one of the mini ones, and one of the reasons I got this one is because the extra features. We'll talk about that in a moment, but first, let's get started. Sparky Studio. Yeah. Here we have the main wheel itself with two stop points, which you can actually screw off and adjust and retighten. Otherwise, we have it move freely. That's what the tab's for, so we can stop it at certain set points. Here's the tube that's included with this follow focus, and this is 150 millimeters or 15 centimeters, about 6 inches. It has a lock and unlock, and that allows you to move this and replace it with something that's actually bigger or smaller if you need to. We also have this here that adjusts the torque, so we can actually make it so you have to use a lot more force to turn this wheel. It makes it a lot easier to be more precise. It's almost like a fluid head. When pulled up is a lock for this, otherwise it spins this direction, so we can adjust and adjust or simply set up either direction. And right here is our lock for here. Maybe you're going to be like limited between your bar and this wheel. That's where this adapter comes in. I'm going to unscrew this, slide it into the hole, screw it back together. Now we can clip it in to the rod here. And there it is, nice in place. And we still have that adjustability. Just move this arm and we got it set up. Now to remove this friction wheel, what we want to do of course is lock the position so it doesn't turn, so we can pull this off much easier, which meshes well with this. Is a zoom lens is very, well, at least this one is stiff. So if I apply this, it'll make it easier to turn versus using a friction wheel, which really will struggle to move that. Now you could just go here where it's smooth and try to get tight as you can there, and then slide it over the teeth, and that should at least give you a chance to get it tight enough. This here is going to be along the cage of the camera. It comes with a wrench tool. We have this little pipe here, and we're going to slide that through, and that's going to hold, of course, our follow focus. And we're going to simply tighten this up. So in this particular situation, I got my screws out this way, and I got to have my gear facing that same direction. How about the little palm rest? Well, we got an Allen key to attach that, just like so, in that hole, and then we're going to Allen key on. When looking closely at this follow focus, you'll notice something that's different. There's a hole here, but why? For a hand crank. So we can connect one here, and there we go. We can also use a follow focus whip, but that's for another video where I compare a hand crank and a follow focus whip because there's so little information. The one I'm getting is from Tilta, so watch for that. And since the length was just too much, I did trim it down a bit, and that's using our zoom in, zoom out. The tightening points have to be extremely tight or else you get slippage because this particular lens is very, very stiff. Here is my camera setup with handle, NPF battery, a monitor, a microphone, and even a focus puller. So what is this going to do for me? Well, let me show you. See that green on me? That's called focus peaking, and the monitor shows me with focus peaking clearly. And behind me you can see now my computer screen's in focus. Let's go back to me. Here I go. And let's go to the other side. Let's get that homemade sign in focus. There we go. And then computer monitor after I get myself. And let's go to the computer monitor. There we go. Just like that. And that is the cool thing about having a focus puller. When it came to using this follow focus system, one thing I did realize is that there's a limitation due to this piece here. Having the friction system works much better. Now, what is one thing I found about this friction system? You got to get it really tight. We have to give it some real tightness and then it will stay in place. So let's give an example. I'm making a movie and I'm filming the kitchen and I want to pan over the fridge. Here I go, and then let's go back to the kitchen for manual panning. And the display itself has focus peaking, so I can look for my eyes to be in focus, the green in my eyes. And let's go back, and I can change the colors, of course. Question is, why this one? It is now the beginning of 2024 that you're watching this, and compared to the competition, this has more options. Let me go through this. Here, our attachment has adjustability, so we're no longer limited by holes at a certain spot. This is a NATO mount, which attaches to a NATO attaching device. Most manual follow focus systems don't have adjustability. There's no adjustment wheel where you can place it either direction, more defined in terms of your fill, or make it a lot more loose if you want it nice and loose for movement. And it feels very smooth. Lastly, most of these devices don't have a friction grip system. This is not good for many different focus options because you have to turn too much and you're going to hit the nub of the grip to your focus. So what are the disadvantages of this system? Well, this is more expensive than most of the other manual focus systems out there. Now, one advantage this has over any wireless system is this does not require batteries and it won't fail on you. And if it does fail, it's called something might need to be tightened a bit, and that can be done quick and easy. To change batteries, you better have more batteries, and it won't be quick and easy if you don't. So there's that. This is Eric of Sparky Studio. Thanks for watching. Leave your questions below. What's your experience? Do you own this, or which one do you own, and how do you find it? 'Cause we all want to know. Thanks for watching and have yourselves a most wonderful day.